Then Themis, goddess of right, the second, so the story goes, to sit upon her mother's throne of prophecy. The third, and by consent, there was no use of force, yet another Titan, daughter of this earth, Phoebe, who gave this oracle on the day he was born to Lord Apollo, who inherited from hers his other name, Phoebus. He left the marshy lakes and the hog-backed ridges of Delos, beached his ship upon Pallas's busy shore, and came upon this land where Mount Parnassus lies. He was escorted with great reverence by Athenians, who smoothed the way for him and tamed this savage land. When he came upon this land, the people greatly honoured him. So did the king, Delphos, the helmsman of the state. Zeus breathed the heavenly skill of prophecy into Apollo's mind and set him as fourth prophet on this throne. He is called Loxias, prophet of the father Zeus. These are the gods I honour now in my first prayer. Pallas Athena, whose shrine is near this oracle, deserves my reverence. Last, I pray to Zeus, the great accomplisher. May the gods grant this session be my best. If any Greeks are here, then do come in, but draw lots first, as the custom is. All I say is as the gods direct.
I will not betray you. I will guard you to the end, both when I stand nearby you and when far away. I never will grow soft towards your enemies. So, now you see these rabid creatures overcome. They've fallen into sleep, the loathsome virgins. Oh, haggard haggard, aged children whom none of the gods, no man nor beast, has ever coupled with. For evil they were made, and evil is that gloomy Tartarus where they hold sway beneath the earth. They are hated by mankind and by the gods. So much for them. You must escape and not grow weak, for they will drive you through the length of Greece. You must stride on across the earth. Your wanderings will tread it down beyond the sea, beyond the island cities which the sea surrounds. Oh, do not grow weary. Tend this labor like a herdsman. Only stop when you have come to Pallas's city, for there we will have men to judge this case, and words to charm them. We will find a way to free you utterly from all this suffering.
Oh, Lord Apollo, you know better than to harm your suppliant. With all your knowledge, do not wrong him by neglect. Your strength for doing good is worthy of men's trust.
Remember that. Do not let terror conquer you.
You wish to sleep? What use are you asleep? Because I get no help from you among the other dead, the shades of those I killed reproach me ceaselessly. I wander in disgrace. I tell you I bear a heavy burden for their deaths. These grievous torments were inflicted by my own beloved, yet no god is angered by my fate, though I was slaughtered at the hands of my own son. Look at these wounds, and let them strike your heart, for when it sleeps, the mind has eyes. You have lapped up my many offerings, wineless libations, soothing draughts. I've given many solemn feasts for you, beside the fiery hearth at dead of night, the hour that is yours alone. But now all that is trampled underfoot. He sprang into the air and vanished like a fawn. How easily he leapt out of the middle of your tightest nets, making great fools of you. Now you have heard me speak about the very lifeblood of my soul. Awake to wisdom, goddesses of earth below. I am Clytemnestra, and in your dream I summon you. You may well moan, but he has now fled far away. The suppliant is not devoid of friends. You sleep too much. You have no pity for my suffering. I am the mother murdered by Orestes, and he has escaped. You moan. You sleep. Get up at once. What other duty have you but to cause him pain? Hard work and sleep, powerful conspirators. They've drawn up all the deadly venom from the snake. You're hunting in a dream. You're barking like a sleeping dog that can't forget its need to kill. What are you doing? Up! Do not succumb to toil. Sleep's made you ignorant of what's been done to you. Let my complaint strike your hearts. An honest soul is spurred to action by a justified reproach. Blow out your bloody breath against that man. Waste him away with I've woken you. Do you still sleep? Get up and kick away your slumber.
Let us find out if this dream was false.
Oh, we have been wounded, friends.
How many wounds have we suffered?
All unjustified.
We've been wounded terribly.
This is unbearable.
The quarry's leapt out from the trap and gone. Sleep conquered me, and I have lost my prey. This is the kind of thing the young gods all do. Ignoring justice, lording it around the throne that reeks of slaughter, head to foot.
In the navel of the earth, the dreadful curse of kindred blood.
Prophet, you have defiled the shrine at your own hearth and brought pollution on yourself. By helping him, you have destroyed the gods' own laws and all the ancient ways of destiny.
I hate Apollo. He will not help that man escape. Orestes never will be free, even beneath the earth. He is a murderer.
And even then, he will bring a new avenger down upon his head.
Get out, I tell you! Leave my house at once! You must be gone from this prophetic shrine, or you will feel a gleaming, poisoned arrow's bite, winged on its way by my bow's golden cord. The pain will make you spit black foam and puke up all that clotted human gore you've quaffed. It is not fit that you draw near these halls. Your home's the slaughterhouse, where heads are lopped and eyes are gouged out for vengeance, where men are mutilated, stoned to death, and groan with hideous cries impaled on stakes. Do you not realize it is because you love such hideous feasts that all the gods spit you away? How you look tells the whole story. Creatures such as you should live inside the lairs of lions that feast on blood, rather than grind pollution into soil as pure as this. Get out, you flock without a shepherd. There is no god who would delight in herding you.
Lord Apollo, listen to us in return. You are yourself not just a part conspirator in these events. In every way, your actions show you are their cause.
How? You may speak long enough to tell me that.
Did you not give an oracle that he should kill his mother?
That he should punish those who killed his father, what of it?
You then stood ready to receive him with the blood fresh on his hands.
I did, and told him he must turn towards this house.
And now you slander us because we follow him.
Yes, you're not fit to enter such a shrine.
But this has been ordained. It is our task.
Oh, really? Let me hear it. Boast about your sacred privilege.
It is our duty to pursue a matricide from house and home.
Well, what about a woman who has killed her husband?
Yes, but she would not have killed a true blood relative.
Then you reduce to nothing and despise the sacred vows of marriage. The bed, where man and woman are united by their destiny. Justice defends that even more than sacred oaths. So then, if you are less than strict in your pursuit of murderers, if you do not exact a penalty or visit them with all your anger, then I say you have no right to persecute this man. For now I find that some misdeeds enrage you, while on others it is obvious you take a softer line. The goddess Pallas will watch over how this case comes out.
I will not ever let him go!
Go on then, pursue him. Give yourselves more toil.
Don't try to cut my privileges down stand by words.
I wouldn't want to have your privileges.
No. Whatever happens, you are held in high regard beside the throne of Zeus. But I, since I am driven on by mother blood, must go in search of justice. I will hunt Orestes to the end.
And I will offer protection and will save my suppliant. The anger of a man who turned to me for refuge would be terrible among both men and gods if I could help and failed.
Lady Athena, I have come at Loxias's command. Receive this wanderer with kindness. I am not now a suppliant with unclean hands. No, my pollution has lost its edge. It has been worn away in other houses, other paths of men. I've crossed both land and sea, and all the way I've kept Apollo's orders in my mind. Goddess, I now approach your temple and your holy image. I will stand guard here and wait until the outcome of my trial.
Here's a clear sign of the man, a silent accuser. Follow where it leads. We'll hunt him out the way a dog tracks a wounded fawn by following the trail of dripping blood.
This manhunt has exhausted us. Our guts are heaving. We have roamed the earth and flown across the ocean fast as ships, although we have no wings.
I know he's lurking somewhere. The smell of his blood smells on me now. Look here. Everyone, fix your eyes on him. Don't let the mother killer flee unharmed. Here he is, in safety, wrapped round the image of a goddess. And now he wants a trial to free him from his deeds.
But that can never be.
His mother's blood upon the ground can never be recalled. It soaked into the earth and vanished. In return, I will demand red cloths to gulp of your own living blood. You are to be my food and drink, and when I've sucked you dry, I'll take you to the underworld, where you will pay with agony of all your mother's pain.
The blood I shed is drowsy now. It dies away and leaves my hands. A matricide's pollution can be washed away, for it was driven from me while still fresh at the god's hearth. Apollo purified me by the ritual sacrifice of swine. And now, from a pure heart, I solemnly entreat Pallas Athena, ruler of this land, to come and be my helper. She will gain, without a war, me, my country, and my citizens, as just and faithful allies for the rest of time. Goddess, come, for you can hear me even far away. Become my savior. Free me from these torments.
Neither Apollo nor Athena's strength can save you now. When you fall into the place where you can feel no joy, a bloodless shadow, feast for demons. Nothing to say. You spit away my words. You who nurtured for me, consecrated as my sacrifice. No slaughter at the altar. I will feast on you while you still live. Now, victim, hear the song that binds you. Come, let us form a circle and dance. We are resolved to show you all our fearful power of song, and how we carry out among mankind.
We say that we are fair. When a man can show pure hands, none of our anger chases him. He lives his life unharmed. But when someone offends us like this man and tries to hide his murderous hands, then we appear.
We are the victims and truthful witnesses. We are there to help her. We exact the final penalty for blood.
O mother who gave birth to me, O mother night, hear this! Chastiser of the living and the dead, Leto's wealth has cheated me. He stole away this prey, my sacred, consecrated offering, because he shed his mother's blood. This is a song of the one who threw the blood to the heart, song of the furies, the fortitude, the humble sound, the heart to pray. Destiny has spoken from her blood, duty fixed evermore. If any man should use his hands for deeds of violence, we will follow him until he goes beneath the earth. Even dead, he is not free. This is a song of the one who threw the blood of the heart, national mind, song of the furies, the fire, the horrible sound, the heart to pray. These duties are ordained to us from above. The gods must keep their hands away. We have no better actions to share our office. I do not share in their bright robes or in their joyous company.
For I have chosen overthrow of houses, when war joins a family and kings strike down their king. Then we pursue their murderers, wherever they may be. We spring up from the new shed blood and cast our shadow over them.
I speedily remove these troubles from the world. My labour keeps a gods immune for warrant. They don't even have to start inquiries. Zeus has ruled that we are blood-stained hateful, and ready to the courage of meeting flames. In human life, even the most solemn dream of glory, notch and vanish and drown. Discredited in our black forms and gods, and our feet dance vindictively like spring high. My limbs are dangerous. I'll trip the fastest runner, and his fate is death. He doesn't know his falling, his pollution gladdens him. Such is the proud builder of God's realm, and ruler weeps to tell of the dark mist upon this house.
This is where we stand. We are skillful and complete our task.
We do not forget the wicked. We are also who cannot be bribed.
We do the work the gods disdain that no one gives us credit for. In sunless darkness we are shaken hard, and mostly begin again.
So, is there anybody who does not feel respect and fear what we do?
And he has had the final rights that destiny has decreed, and that the gods conceded us.
I still retain my ancient privileges. No one has yet disowned me.
Although I live beneath the earth, in darkness, where the sunlight never falls.
I heard your call for help, even though I was far away. These people here are new to me. I have no fear, but wonder strikes my eyes. Who are you? I am speaking now to all of you, both to the stranger sitting near my image and you. You are not like any other race, not kin to any goddesses the gods have ever seen, nor are you similar in shape to mortal women. But to speak ill of guests who have done no harm, that is not right. It would be far from just.
Daughter of Zeus, you will learn all at once. We are the children of the everlasting night. We are called curses in our homes beneath the earth.
I know about your ancestry, the names and titles you bear.
Now you will fully learn our role in life.
I would learn that if someone tells me clearly.
We hunt down murderers and drive them from their homes.
And is there a limit to the killer's flight? A police, where there is never any thought of joy. And now you're driving him to such a fate.
Yes, for he thought he had the right to be his mother's executioner.
Was he forced to do it? Did he fear the anger of some god.
What gold is sufficient to compel the crown of matricide?
Here there are two sides, but only half an argument.
He won't affirm on oath that he is innocent.
You'd rather be renowned for justice than be just in all you do?
What do you mean?
Show me, for you are wise.
I say injustice must not win by oaths.
Well, you look into it. Find out which case is right.
Would you trust me with how your accusation ends?
Why not? We hold you to be noble in yourself and in your parentage.
Stranger, what do you want to say against this in your turn? Tell me your fatherland, your ancestry, and all your sufferings, and then defend yourself against the charge they bring. If you sit there and defend the image near my heart because you trust in justice, if you are a solemn suppliant like Ixion, respond to all these points with clarity.
Lady Athena, first I will remove the great concern expressed in your last words. I do not come unpurified. I did not take my place beside your image with pollution on my hands. And I will tell you a great proof of this. It is the custom for a murderer to stay in silence till a man with power to purify has cleansed him of the blood by slaughtering a newborn animal. This sacred rite was done for me in other places long ago, with other animals than yours, and other flowing streams. So I tell you that fear is not in our way. And now, you'll swiftly learn my parentage. I am an Argive, and you do well to inquire about my father, Agamemnon, gatherer of men of war, with whom you made the city of the Trojans, Ilion, into a desert. But when he came home, he died ingloriously. My black-hearted mother murdered him. She trapped him in a many-coloured hunter's net, which still remains as witness of the slaughter in the bath. When I returned, I had been long in exile. I killed my own mother. I will not deny the deed. To punish her with death for my own dearest father's death. And Loxias is equally responsible with me. He spoke of torments that would be like lashes to my heart if I did not do something to my father's murderers. Now you decide the case, if I was right or not. Whatever happens to me here, I will be satisfied.
This matter is too large. If any human being thinks that he could try it. Even I have not the right to judge this issue in a case of murder, where hot tempers range. Especially when you come here to my hall schooled by your sufferings, a pure and harmless suppliant. While they have a duty which we cannot simply disregard. And if they do not win the victory, their arrows of pride will come back afterwards and fall upon our soil, a horrible, unbearable disease. So that is how it is. To let you stay or make you go. Either alternative is hard for me and will bring harm. But now, as this affair has fallen onto us, I will choose blameless men of Athens, judges of murder, faithful servants of the law, which I will found for all time as the bedrock of their plighted oaths. Then you must call upon your witnesses and show your proof-sworn testimony, which will aid your case. I shall select the best of all my citizens, and then return to give true judgment here.
Now, it would be the overthrow of her new laws if his outrageous case for mother
teach good conduct. How can any man or city that does not nurture an element of fear within its heart, skill, worship, justice?
It is wrong to praise the lives of anarchy, and that subject to tyranny. In all things, the gods grant success, whatever end they reach, to those who take the middle path. Let me tell you a word that matches this. Violence is the true child of impiety. A healthy mind will lead to that prosperity which all adore and long for.
The man who willingly serves justice will not lack prosperity. He will not be destroyed. But those who stand against us with the spoils of wickedness piled high, sooner or later they will lose their sails. That moment when disaster strikes and breaks his mast.
There he is, struggling in the middle of the whirlpool. No one hears him. Then the god laughs to see that man of fiery blood, who never thought he could be trapped beyond escape, and so exhausted by his peril that he can't get clear. His lifelong wealth has foundered on the reef of justice, and he perishes, unseen and unlamented.
Herald, gather my people. Let the shrill Etruscan trumpet filled with human breath give out its piercing cry to summon them. Then, when the court is filled, there must be silence. I shall state the laws which everyone must learn, both my whole city for the rest of time, and those here now, so that this case may be tried well.
I come to testify, for this man is my suppliant. He came to Delphi, took the ritual place before my hearth, and was purified of murder at my hands. Also, to stand trial by him, for I am the cause of this man's murder of his mother. You, bring on the case. Decide the outcome as you best know how.
I shall now bring on the case. It is your turn to speak, for if the prosecutor speaks at the start, he can teach us truly what the issues are.
Though we are many, we shall not say much, but you must answer word for word. Tell us first, did you kill your mother?
Yes, I killed her. No one can deny the fact.
Here is the first of 3 wrestling throws.
Don't! I'm not yet down.
But you still must tell us just how you killed her.
Yes, I shall. With sword in hand, I cut her throat.
And who persuaded and advised you to do that?
Apollo's oracle, and he bears witness for me.
The prophet counseled you to kill your mother?
Yes, until now I have not blamed my luck.
When the vote catches you, you'll tell another tale.
I have faith. From his grave, my father sends me help.
So you put your faith in corpses now, mother murderer?
Yes, deep pollution touched her twice.
How? You had better tell the jurors what you think.
She killed her husband, and she killed my father.
So what? You're still alive, while death frees her from punishment.
Why did you not pursue her into exile while she was alive?
The man she killed was not her blood kindred.
Am I then kindred to my mother's blood?
You murderer! Did she not nurture you within her womb? Do you renounce the life blood given to you by your mother?
Now you must testify, Apollo. Give your counsel and explain if I had justice with me when I took her life. I did it. That is true and cannot be denied. But was the bloodshed just or not? What do you think? Give me your judgment so that I can tell the court.
You are Athena's mighty court of law. All I will tell you now shall be with justice. Then, I am a prophet, and I never lie. Not one word have I spoken from my throne of prophecy about a man's, a woman's, or a city's fate that is not by Zeus's order. Zeus, the father of the gods. Well now, think what a powerful point of law that is. I do advise you follow my father's will. There is no oath that has more strength than Zeus.
So it was Zeus, you say, who granted you this oracle to tell Orestes he could avenge his father's death with no account at all paid to his mother's rights?
Yes, for it is not the same as when a man dies. A noble man with royal sceptre granted by the gods. This at a woman's hands, and not at all heroically. He had come from the war. His judgment had been good in most of what he did. She welcomed him with kindly words. She ran warm water in a silver bath. And then, as he was stepping from it at the edge, she threw a robe right over him and struck him down. Her husband! Shackled by the close and endless meshes of the robe. There. That is how he met his end. A man revered by everyone, commander of the fleet. I told you in this way, so that those people may be stung to wrath who have been chosen to give judgment in this case.
You say that Zeus gives greater weighting to a father's death, yet you put your own father Coronos into chains. How do you reconcile these points? Jurors, I call on you to witness.
You utterly revolting beasts! Hated by all the gods! Fetters can be removed. There is that cure. There are many ways in which release is possible. But once a man has died, and thirsty dust has sucked up his black blood, he cannot be restored to life.
Beware! Do not regard this as a valid plea for his release. Your client spilt his mother's kindred blood on the ground. Will he then live in Argos, in his father's halls? Will he officiate before the altars of the city? What brotherhood will share with him in their sacred rites?
I'll answer that as well. Mark how I tell the truth. The person called the mother is no real parent of a child. No, she simply nurses fetuses once they've been sown. The parent is the man who mounts. The woman is a hostess who preserves a stranger's offspring, if no god has done it any harm. Now, let me show you living proof of what I say. A father can beget a child without a mother. See, right here as witness stands the child of Zeus himself. She was not nurtured in the dark depths of a womb, yet she is such an offspring as no goddess ever bore. I promise now, Pallas, as best I can, to make your city and its army great in many ways. That's why I sent this man to take his refuge at your hearth, so that he might be pledged to you for all the rest of time. You would gain in this man, goddess, an ally and his heirs, and it would be so forevermore. All of his descendants would be faithful to the pledge made here.
Have you both said enough? Shall I request the jurors consider and return their votes?
For our part, every arrow I have has been unleashed, and now I wait to hear the judgment of the court.
And how should I act and not be criticised by you?
You've heard what you have heard, and as you cast your votes, good citizens, revere within your hearts the oaths you took.
I shall now state the laws set for you, Athenians, as you cast your first judgment in a case of bloodshed. I beg you reverence, and maintain a life neither anarchic nor beneath a tyrant's rule. And do not cast all elements of fear outside your walls. For what man stays just if he has naught to fear? This place of counsel, free from bribes, inspiring awe, sharp in its anger, wakeful guardian while others sleep. I found it now. That is my advice extended to our future citizens. Now you must rise and take your votes and judge this case in reverence to the oaths you took. I have said all.
We are a heavy burden on the land. I counsel you, whatever else you do, do not offend us.
And I advise you hold in all my oracles. They come from Zeus, and do not make them fruitless.
You've interfered before in bloody murders which are not your concern. Now we will give oracles from a polluted shrine.
Oh, my father's judgment was in error then when he protected Ixion, the first suppliant murderer.
You've said it, and if I don't get fair treatment here, I'll settle as a heavy burden on this earth.
Ha! You have no credit with the elder gods, nor with the younger. I shall win.
This is just like the trick you played on Phares' house. You made the laws of destiny make a mortal live for all eternity.
Is it not right to help a worshipper of mine, especially when he stands in need of help?
You plied the aged fates with drink, and then broke down the fundamental order of the world.
You will not win this case. Soon you'll be shooting arrows harmless to everyone, even your enemies.
You, though a younger god, are riding roughshod over me as I wait to hear the outcome of this case. Still in two minds whether to vent my fury on this city.
It is my task to cast the final judgment here, and I will give Orestes' cause this vote. There is no mother who gave birth to me. In everything, I'm for the male with all my heart, except I would not marry one. I am the true child of my father Zeus, and I will not give a greater status to a woman's death who killed the man, the guardian of the house. Orestes conquers even if the case comes down to equal votes. Now cast the lots out of the urns, quick as you can, those of you assigned the task.
Oh, Phoebus Apollo, how will the contest end?
Oh, Knight Michael,
Here I shall die by strangling, or shall live and see the light.
And we shall wander outcast or reserve our rightful role.
Be careful, friends, as you count out the votes. And, as you sort them, see injustice is not done. Without good care, great damage might result, and just one vote can save a house.
The votes are equal on each side. This man escapes the penalty.
Oh, Pallas, you have saved my house, and have returned me to the native land of which I was deprived. Now I shall go back home, but first, I pledge my oath to Pallas and her people, for the future, for the whole eternity of time, that never shall the man who rules my city dare to lead our splendid army out against this land. I will use all my power out of my grave, and will wreak havoc if there should be anyone to break these oaths which I swear now. So now, farewell, Farewell to you and to the people of this place. May you possess a wrestling stance no enemy can beat, so you'll preserve your city and gain victory in war.
You younger gods, you override the ancient laws and snatch them from my hands.
You are deprived of all we live for. In our misery, our anger will be terrible. We'll let the arrows fly out in our hearts to cause us unlimited suffering in return unbearable.
I told you to kill your plants and children.
Justice! Justice! I will rush down to the plain and pour into the earth the stain that will destroy all human life. I weep. What shall I do? They laugh at me. In Athens we have suffered terribly. We are the greatly suffering, miserable daughters of the night. No one respects us, so we grieve.
You have not been discredited. You are goddesses and should not be so furious with mortals, nor desire to wreck their land. Besides, I have my confidence in Zeus, and need I mention this? I am the only god or goddess who can open up the chamber where his thunderbolt is sealed. But we do not need that. Let me persuade you, and do not inflict your reckless threats upon this land to make blight fall on all its plants. Please lay to rest the bitter force of that black wave of bile, for you are deeply honoured here, and may soon share my dwelling place. Then you will praise my words, since for the rest of time you will receive the first fruits in offerings of this splendid land, whenever there is a childbirth or a marriage solemnized.
Oh, these are sophonis! Me with my old age wisdom to live on this ground, very well garbage! I hate you! I let loose my rage! The pain beneath my ribs!
Oh, Mother Night!
I have been cheated of my ancient privileges by the clever tricks of these deceitful gods!
I will tolerate your fury. You are older, then in many ways wiser too, though I have some wisdom granted me by Zeus. But if you go off to another land with other leaves, you will then long for Athens. I foresee the flowing course of time will bring greater renown to these my citizens. And if you have a place of honour beside the palace Meratheus, an endless line of men and women will present to you gifts you would not get from any other race. This is my country. Do not cast upon it bloody strife that sharpens knives and causes wounds when young men rage in anger, maddened not by wine but by your venom. Do not give them hearts that seem like fighting cocks by planting in my citizens a god that makes them fight each other in the strife of civil war. Let war be with our enemies. It won't be hard to find that war in which men can enjoy the fearful love of glory. Domestic civil violence is no proper contest, so I say. This is the sort of gift you may take from me. Do well here. You will fare well here. The gods all love this country.
Lady Athena, what is this place you say I'll have?
One free from all kinds of pain. Please take it.
Well, suppose I do. What privileges will I have?
That no one's home may flourish unless you approve.
You'll really do this? Give me so much power?
Yes, you and I will give prosperity to all those who reverence us.
And you will give your word on this? For all the rest of time?
Of course. I do not speak of anything I will not do.
Oh, you seem to soften me. My rage abates.
Then you will live here in our land and help us as your friends.
And how is it that we should bless this place?
With songs that aim for glorious victory. With blessings both from the earth, from the ocean's purity, and from the heavens. and pray for breaths of wind on sunny days to sweep over the land, and that the earth's fruit and abundant wealth of herds may never cease to flourish for my citizens, and human seed be fertile, so that they can produce more and more children who will revere the gods. All that is in your power, while I shall never cease in any combat where men show distinction in the arts of war, to see that all respect the city's victories.
I will accept. I will stay here. I will not hurt this city which is ruled by Zeus the Conqueror and Ares, guardian of the gods. This glorious city which defends the gods of Greece. I wish it well. I pray the clear light of the sun will send blessings of good fortune to flow in streams upon them.
This I have done because I love my citizens. I have inspired these goddesses, both great and hard to please, to settle here, for they have power in all affairs of men. If anyone encounters them, he doesn't even realize they've struck him down. For all the errors of his ancestors drag him into their net, and in silent death for all his mighty noise turns him to dust beneath their rage.
Diseases will not blight their trees. I tell you of the fevers I shall bring. No fiery heat shall trespass here to rob the plants of their buds. No fearful sicknesses will creep upon them. May Pan ensure that their flocks thrive and bring to birth twin lambs at the appointed time. This land is rich. Its dwellers will repay with offerings the loving vine the gods have given them.
Guardians of the city, do you hear this, what they are promising? A fury can do much, and has great power both with the gods above and those below. And in a world of men, it's clear they will always work their will right to the end. Some they give cause to sing, others a life dimmed by tears.
This is what I claim, that civil war, the most insatiable of miseries, will not rage here. So may the dust not drink the citizens' black blood through lust to take revenge, embracing in this city in a mutual slaughter. May they sing a song of joy, may they share their thoughts on friendship, may they hate as one. This is the cure for all human suffering.
Do you not see? They are trying to find the words to lead us on the road to good. From these terrifying faces, I see great advantage for my citizens. For if you always honor them, they will be happy. You will be happy. And everyone will see that Athens is a land where justice rules.
Hail then! Hail, Athenians!
You're destined to be rich. You sit close by the throne of Zeus's dearest daughter, her dear friends, wise in good time.
Zeus loves the people that live under Pallas's wings.
Hail to you too. I shall go first and show you where your chambers lie, as this escort lifts the sacred light. Make ready now, and we will speed you there with solemn sacrifice to keep destruction down below, and send us everything that will bring profit to the city for its victories. Now you, descendants of Kranos, keepers of the city, you must lead these honoured immigrants, as citizens must learn to fully understand their riches.
Hail! Hail and now farewell! To men and to the gods, all who steer the course of Pallas's city. As long as you revere your newfound immigrants, you will never have to blame what happens in your life.
I praise you for these words of invocation. I shall escort you now, as these torches shine and light our way to those deep places down below the earth, the finest place in all of Theseus' land, with these attendants who keep watch beside my image. These furies, I now name the Solemn Goddesses, clothed in garments rich in crimson dye, honor them, and kindle the fire, so that they may make make their friendly presence felt, and give us good fortune forevermore.
Go now to your home, O great and honor-loving, ageless daughters of the night. We are your friends, and we escort you. People of the country, keep silent.